Wholeness. It's been a minute. I know I'm supposed to post these once a week, but I've decided to completely embrace a creative life. And those of you who've been following me and engaging in my content for a while now, recently I've explained to you that the direction I was taking on a career path, it didn't go as planned, and many things weren't going as planned. So it's not just because of the pull of the grant per se. It's really like a whole equation and variables that led me to this decision. So leading a creative life, what does that entail? I am a creative. We're all creative, okay? We're all co-creating our reality. But I wanted to just give you an explanation into the increase of my videos that I used to post 3 times a week religiously, and then I went down to once a week because literally the job, the career that I was, partaking in took so much mental power that I literally had nothing left. I'm still recovering. I know grad school, so in some way, actually, they say the easiest graduate programs is in education, and I very much believe that. Compared to my undergraduate, it was incredibly challenging because it was all on you as a performer, and you have to master the craft. You have to study advanced analysis on music, on Western music, or Western European classical music predominantly. Just it's a whole thing. But where's this going to take me? I'm opening myself up to this. As an artist, as a musician, as a tinkerer in the digital age, I want to become more and more efficient with technology. At the same time, I have had numerous reservations of the digital age and what it's going to do to society. And at this point, Pandora's box is open. It's wide open. There is no going back at this point. AI is everywhere. And I feel like those who live completely off of the grid and have nothing to do with social media platforms, even homesteaders, they too are part of the digital age. Those videos, those content creators that show you how they farm their land, show you how they navigate, with very little Wi-Fi and all that, and raising animals and living off the land, but they still have a digital camera, in their face. Because, it's a wonderful way to make income. It's a wonderful way to connect. There are beautiful sides to this, but the shadow side is also a concern. With that, I wanted to just share with you all that I am invoking and activating my creative life force, and I'm using it intentionally. I want to live intentionally. I want to commit myself to things where my creativity, or the creativity I'm around, brings out joy in myself and in others, because I'm fed up. I'm fed up of trying to fit in fit my shape into their weird hole. That little activity where there's a hole, triangle, square, star, and I'm constantly trying to fit my star in the triangle, right? And I can't do it, or vice versa. I can't. I literally 2 weeks ago, I had a large project to do in one of the classes that I'm in, and I kid you not, I didn't complete it. And this is coming from someone who religiously, I am devoted to finishing and completing things to a fault. Okay, when things are going horribly wrong, I will still be the one committing myself to it. And this, I think, is an attribute I get from my dad, because my dad is very loyal, to the point where It doesn't matter the treatment. He's just loyal to the cause, you know, and I respect him for that. But in my regard, I honored that, and I kind of took on the same attribute, which has really hurt me. You know, I've just, this whole year, this whole school year, I'm like, what in the F am I doing? I want to live my life, and I want to do things that I enjoy. And what is the cost of that? What is the consequences of our choices? That is what creates our life. That's what creates our life. Our choices create our reality. And there's no way around that. And you can think, well, I'm just working the 9 to 5. I'm not an artist. You don't have to be. We're all co-creating and coexisting with each other. We're all interdimensional. We're all webbed together in this. And so, you know, however boring you find your life, however exciting you find your life, however inspiring you find your life, however dark and horrible and meaningless you find your life, you're co-creating that. A lot of it has to do with programming, trauma, and perspective, frequency and vibration, your thought forms, your thought patterns. Excuse the music, I'm washing my clothes. Oh, sorry, no flute music at this moment. But I just want to live a life, and I know I feel like I'm meant to live an alternative life. Everything, how I approach relationships, how I approach partnerships and professionally and personally with people. And it's just this nature in me that I've always wanted to do the right thing, as I've mentioned before in other videos, doing the right thing for other people and not doing what's right for you, because people will make you feel, you know, guilty. And well, it's you make yourself feel guilty because you're doing what's right for you, because it makes you feel good and it brings about more joy for you, and you feel bad for that, and that's imbalanced. So yes, I definitely, you know, feel the call. I mean, right now I'm in the season of the wild deer right now, and that's July, August, September, which means movement, which means love. I often, you know, create a lot of love connections during this season, or right around the season, right before it hits. A lot of you know, important shifts in my life that will have a large impact. And I think that this choice that I'm taking right now and closing the door on my current path that I was taking this year, and moving forward into the unknown, is something I must do. I cannot do anything else, but I must do this. What does that mean? I'll end up working at a cashier at a store, working multiple jobs to pay bills? Don't know. Does it mean I take a job abroad, overseas? Don't know. Does it mean that I will take on another graduate program that's more in alignment for my passion? Don't know. We shall see, won't we? And, you know, so it's scary, it's exciting, it's what the fuck am I doing? It's, I know what I'm doing. It's a whole lot of stuff, but I wanted to just tell you as a reminder that no matter how stable you may feel, no matter how unstable or unstable your life may seem, we are co-creating it by the choices we make moment to moment to moment. There are times where you need to take time before you make big choices. There are times where you need to really you know, make a choice very, very fast. It's called time play. You know, you play with time, because time's always with us. It's never against us. If we find that time is against us, we are going against a truth. We're going against something that we won't win, right? Don't go against time. Don't race against time. Work with time. Bend time, okay? But yeah, I think about it all I have to say on this topic, but I do want to up my creating more content again. And yeah, I can't avoid this call in me to go my own way and follow my joy, to create more joy for myself and for others, because this is what I was doing. I told myself, if I do this 9 to 5 teaching job, how honorable education is, people respect teachers, Um, or healthcare, right? Because I was also in that too. I was like, people respect healthcare workers. See how that turned out. See how it's turning out now. And due to the digital age, it's going to change everything. We haven't seen anything yet. And so it's very good to develop skill sets that when the digital world is so manipulated, you can fall back on. They're going to change the very fabric of what healthcare and education is worldwide. This is coming, and it's starting within this decade. And so, you know, having hard skills like making a certain thing that people need, that's very important at this time. Don't always be about the digital age, digitalists. You know, all I see on the ads now are ad after ad after ad, and it's all AI. Like, oh man. Almost all of it's AI. All of it, almost. You got to get real serious about your discernment, because they're turning the social media platforms into just virtual reality. That's going to be the next really big thing. Social media platforms were just a social experiment to see how human beings engage with each other digitally, and then the next step is going to be how they're going to monitor how people engage virtually with each other. And we see this already with the VR systems that they have out now, Apple and whatnot, Meta. And it's going to get to a point where you won't leave your house. You won't need to leave your house, because you'll put on your headset and you go to work. Put on your headset and you're in class. Put on your headset and you're visiting with your doctor, talking about your symptoms. So one must be multifaceted in your skill set, multifaceted in your gifts, because you're going to have to be able to adapt and to be in flow and flexible. If you think that a teaching job is just going to be secure for you, no. The once very stable jobs are no longer stable. Okay, it is what it doesn't matter how many years of experience, your accreditations, your licenses. For now, you can get by, but it's turning into something else, and you gotta just investigate, research. So yes, I just wanted to make this video and get back to more content, shorter, so you're not sitting there for an hour. I respect your time. Time is powerful. I'm gonna have to make a video on that for sure. I've been going through something very recent that's really had me perceive time and dimension and space and reality in a very different way that I didn't really pay any mind to. So thank you so much. May this message find you well and whole. And remember to expand your consciousness, evolve your human being, and embrace supreme loving guidance. I love you all, and I'll see you very soon.